Hey everybody, it's David coming to you today from Tallinn, Estonia, which is one of the Baltic states, former Soviet Union influenced, but today proudly independent. Behind me you see the Russian Orthodox Church, and just a great day to be here in May of 2016. So I wanted to do this. Sorry for the shake on the camera today. I'm filming this with my iPad, but I did want to give you a review of Lesson 2 and a preview of Lesson 3 coming up for MSOM 601. Alright, Lesson 2 review. Let's start with the first discussion board question this week. Ask you to compare and contrast critical thinking and strategic thinking. As I mentioned in my video last week, I talked to you a little bit about the challenges that business people have in critical thinking versus strategic thinking, because we're all asked to be strategic, right? But if you looked at the strategic planning pyramid that I posted in the announcements this week, it'll give you an idea of some of the foundations that critical thinking provides for strategic thinking. So if you didn't get a chance to look at that, make sure that you look at that as you go forward to get some further application for the discussion board this week. Also ask you to use the compare and contrast information that I had in the readings this week. I think that's very important, not only for academic purposes, but certainly for your business purposes as well. Comparing and contrasting is really important today. As you look at different things, your boss may ask you to compare and contrast a couple of different things. Maybe there are 2 or 3 different options that you are considering. And so the point-by-point method or the block method that are discussed in this compare and contrast will be very helpful, I think, for you as you go forward. So that was discussion 1 in lesson 2. The application, the 2 applications this week. One, ask you to go to an outside source, and through that you'll determine what your critical thinking style is. Again, this is an assessment that I provide for you to help you understand what lens you're going to use as you begin to think about critical thinking opportunities and issues. And so use that. That may be something that you want to use with your fellow employees in your job as well. And that is the critical thinking assessment. Now, once you have an understanding of that, you're able to move forward with the critical thinking assessment of 6 of the main characters in Amina's story. And I gave you a little tip last week, if you watched the video, that said in chapter 3 of the book Now You're Thinking, it actually gives you the critical thinking styles of some of the key people in the story. But you'll see the differences in critical thinking. Some people are insightful, some people are inquisitive, Dr. Nato being inquisitive, Kevin Gerard being insightful, and Deanna Dolan being open-minded. And so what you see is the critical thinking styles of all of those people helped provide an answer and a solution to that problem that they faced as they were going forward. So different critical thinking styles in your organization will be important as well. So that was lesson 1, or lesson 2, sorry. Lesson 3 begins to talk about problem solving. And so the first discussion, and actually there are 2 discussions this week and 1 application. The first discussion talks about the importance of clearly defining the problem. Now, you may work in an organization, as I did, that we're all time-starved, right? And it's very important for us to get things done, get them done on time. But one of the issues that we see faced today in business is that we don't spend the time necessary to clearly define the problem. And if you don't spend the time to clearly define the problem, then what you're going to have facing you, you may be solving for the wrong issue or solving for the wrong problem. And if you do that, you just waste your time. And so that's what I'm asking you to talk about in the first discussion board, is the importance that you have of clearly defining the problem. The second discussion board this week introduces you, and maybe some of you are used to this, maybe some of you have a Six Sigma background and you've heard of the is not technique before, but I'm asking you to watch a video and then to talk about the is not technique. I'm sorry for the graininess of that video, but hopefully you'll be able to see those things and watch that. I think it's a great technique to be able to narrow down what the root cause, or root cause analysis is part of that as well, of a particular problem. Okay, so that's the second discussion board, the is not technique. And then finally in Lesson 3, the assignment this week, ask you to take a look at 5 smaller problems that you found in Amina's story. Now, we all know there was one big problem in Amina's story. Amina was going to die if she didn't receive medical attention. However, in order for her to receive the medical attention that she needed, there were many, many other problems that they faced along the way. And you'll see that in business today. I mean, while there may be one problem that says make the number, you may have other issues that creep up that can contribute to that problem. So one big problem may have many small problems, and that's what I want you to take a look at from Amina's story this week. All right? Hope you had a great week. If you need me, make sure you contact me. Study hard. Chat with you soon. My finger's coming at the screen. Talk to you later.